Hi, boys and girls. We're back for part two of Miss Pierce's hair. Okay, I'm good to go. Sorry, a little funny on the video. So I am back today to talk about our second part of this lesson. Remember, on Monday, you had to write down the theme of your story, Captain Dixon, and then you had to write down the first piece of evidence that supported your theme for the Captain Dixon text. Now I'm going to model the second part of your lesson with Night of the Spadefoot Toads, picking out the second piece of evidence in the middle of the text and the last piece of evidence that supports our theme. And then you're going to do the same thing with your Captain Dixon text that you read yesterday. You're going to go back onto Class Kick and you're going to finish this assignment. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and model what a second piece of evidence that supports my theme, which change can be hard, but with time you may learn to love it. So the first piece of evidence that I pulled out yesterday, remember I'm writing and really good using good transitional words and phrases to start my sentences. Says my first piece of evidence that supports my theme is at the beginning of the story, Ben struggles to make friends. He still has his friend Toby in Arizona, so Ben is not interested in making friends. This shows that change can be hard moving to a new place. So we still want to show in our second piece of evidence that change is hard, but Ben is trying here because eventually, once he tries a little bit, he is going to learn to love it. So we want to prove that second part of the theme that we have up there, that with time, Ben learns to love Massachusetts. So my second piece of evidence that supports my theme is Ben misses the desert and his friend Toby. Back in Arizona. So change is hard because we know that Ben misses his friend in Arizona named Toby. However, what shows that he's making a little bit of effort in learning to love the place is that, however, Ryan wants to be Ben's friend. And Ben finally gives Ryan a chance when he stands up for him on the bus. Ben also attends Ryan's birthday party. This shows that he's still having a hard time with change because he misses his friends. But the second part shows that Ben is trying and he is slowly learning to like it here. So I'm going to wrap up my sentence for is this shows that Ben is still struggling. I'm going to use some different wording here than change. This shows that Ben is still struggling, comma, but is trying to adapt and learn to love it here. So my second piece of evidence shows my first part of my theme, that change can be hard because he still misses Toby and he misses Arizona. However, he's trying and making some changes, and some of his friends had to show him that they really wanted to be his friend, to show and make change. So my second piece of evidence that supports, make sure I put in those letters, my theme is Ben misses the desert and his friend Toby back in Arizona. However, Ryan wants to be Ben's friend, and Ben finally gives Ryan a chance when he stands up to him on the bus. Oh, and bus should be here. Sorry, bus. But Ben also attends Ryan's birthday party. So I think we're just going to get rid of this. Should have been bus. Ben also attends Ryan's birthday party. This shows that Ben is still struggling, but is trying to adapt. Now we need something that happened at the end of the story to prove that change is hard, but we also want to show that Ben has learned to love it here. So I started it off that my last piece of evidence that supports my theme is when Ben decides to let go of Arizona by choosing another biome project. So my last piece of evidence that supports my theme is when Ben decides to let go of Arizona by choosing, I'm going to say he shows this by choosing another biome project. He changed, hopefully you're saying at home, he changed it from doing the desert to something different, which was the marshes and ponds, the wetland biome. So he changes his biome to ponds / marshes. It was hard for Ben to change throughout the story, but this proves he loves his new home now. If Ben was still missing the desert, it would have showed that he didn't learn to love it here. And we would probably just leave it as change was hard, and change is hard. But he showed us throughout the story that change is hard, but also that with time, and if you give things a chance, you can learn to love your new place. And it just took time for Ben. I'm going to want to have a wrap-up sentence. I'm going to go ahead and read what I have. The last piece of evidence that supports my theme is when Ben decides to let go of Arizona. He shows this by choosing another biome project. He changes his biome to ponds / marshes. It was hard for Ben to change throughout the story, but this proves he loves his new home. What proves he loves his new home is that he changed it, because home now to him and what he's invested in is the wetlands and the marshes and the ponds that Massachusetts have to offer. This shows my theme because Ben loves his new home And so this shows my theme because Ben loves his new home and he made what do I want to say? So this shows my theme because Ben loves his new home and he made / adapted. I think I like this shows my theme because Ben loves his new home and he adapted. If I had pencil, I would erase just to let you know. So on your class kit, go ahead and back up your typing. But Ben loves his new home and he adapted here. Even though it took time. So those are my 3 pieces of evidence. And today, what you're going to do is you're going to do the last 2 pieces of evidence that support your theme on the story Captain Dixon. I'm hoping that you already chose a theme and that you learned that, wow, what did the character show you in the story? What did he keep doing? I guess after I read it, I feel like in Captain Dixon, he really persevered and he kept going and he worked really hard for something. How can you turn that into a theme statement? And then what can you prove it with? What 3 pieces of evidence from the text? So today, your goal, as long as you're caught up with the lesson from Monday, is to write evidence piece number 2 after you reread and evidence piece number 3. Noticing Miss Pierce just summarized the events that took place in the story. I want to see you using good transitions, like my first piece of evidence that supports my theme. My second piece of evidence that supports my theme is, and the last piece of evidence that supports my theme is, I want you to then to make sure you give me the support, making sure you have capitals and periods, proper nouns capitalized, and making sure it looks just like what good writing looks like. If you have any questions, make sure to hop on the Zoom. Great job helping me prove theme of Night of the Spadefoot Toads, and now I can't wait to see how you're proving your theme with your Captain Dixon text. Head on to Class Kit and finish your assignment.